We are back. Oh,
Starting to sound like somebody reading like a novel.
Right. And on the seventh day.
During the break, I had asked Sean if he liked chocolate.
Oh yeah.
So my main concern was, do you like sweets? Some people just hate sweets. Simple as that.
Oh, I'm sweet enough, but I'll give her a try.
I bought. A friend of mine, I went to high school here.
These bugs
owns a company that makes insane chocolate bars. So here I have.
Are there mushrooms in these chocolate bars?
No,
okay,
no.
All right.
This is
I was trying to make sure.
Great company. The cooks are all alike, and they're just really good tasting chocolate.
Nice.
So we have a snack bar, butter brew sundae, Belgian white chocolate with butter beer.
Oh Jesus!
Belgian milk chocolate with freeze dried ice cream and toffee pieces.
Freeze dried ice cream.
This next one, red velvet, but it's kind of like RDVLVT. It's like hip.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I mean, it's great.
Look
Belgian
at the
white,
pieces.
What's that?
You can fucking
Yeah,
they're all over.
So this is Belgian white milk chocolate with freeze dried cheesecake and graham. This is gold Oreos, caramelized white chocolate with salt on top. That is Oreo.
This is insane.
And then this thing.
Look at this thing.
It's called gingerbread.
Oh, okay.
Belgian milk chocolate shell filled with cream cheese, white chocolate ganache, caramel, house-made gingerbread.
Wow.
Inside the bar. So basically, if I was to snap this in half,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see inside, it'd be like layers of like just stuff. So basically, she makes the shell,
Yeah,
fills it with a bunch of stuff, and then layer chocolate. That's what these things are.
you know, on like I can go down the rabbit hole of them making fucking
Like chocolate
cupcakes and chocolate.
Oh,
so it's like the dragon sculpture
Yeah.
and shit.
I seen a one guy, he made a telescope. Like, and it was chocolatier, I think.
Yeah. I think they're the
And
master chocolatier.
yes, so he basically made the telescope and then he painted it with like edible paint that he would have for like shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he made it like it looked like a telescope.
I got a story about edible paint too, but we're not gonna get into that.
I ate paint as a kid.
That's not what it is.
So do we want to try the butter brew sundae with freeze dried coffee, freeze dried ice cream with coffee pieces?
I mean, if we're gonna shout out the company, we should try them all, right?
Oh
no.
Okay.
I could have one piece of this and be done. No.
The 4 items.
Yeah.
3 chocolate bars and the 3 Oreos was $67.
Okay.
So
I think I could have been worse than that.
I'm not saying it's overly expensive. It's overpriced. No, I'm not saying that.
No, but this is the same as your scotch.
This is exactly this is the scotch of chocolate.
Nice.
This is the chocolate of scotch.
And what's the company name?
This company name is called the Dessert Co.
The Dessert Co.
DSRT Co. She used to have a couple different names part of that, and then this is what she is stuck with because she is fantastic. She's fantastic on all of her chocolate.
Of course.
She made cookies for a Christmas party I went to.
Nice.
They were great. She's made wild cakes, but now this is her niche.
Yeah.
These wild
she found her fucking
bars.
Yeah.
And she's got a little bit of TikTok fame from it, I think.
Nice.
But people were complaining that they're like, okay, so the big bar, I think it's $20.
So
people were
this size this thing. It's like a novel.
It looks like a brick.
Yeah.
A brick of goodness.
Yeah, right.
So with that, people were complaining that $20 is too expensive for a chocolate bar. But when you're buying something that handmade,
100%,
100% handmade,
made in Canada, handmade. This is why everybody bitches.
Handmade, and effort is going. It's not a bunch of machines just making like pressing chocolate in a mold.
There's love in these chocolates. Okay.
So,
in case anyone's wondering.
So yeah, so these things you're gonna pay a little more for something that's really, really, really good.
I am 100% down for that.
So we're gonna try.
Very few times in my life have I put out more money, and then especially on things that are handmade.
I'll be disappointed with it.
And yeah, it's very, very rare. Plunk. That's enormous. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you could keep touching every piece, it'd be.
My hands are
He
clean
fucking licks it.
because if I hand you this large,
Oh, wait.
you're gonna be like, "Oh, why'd you give such a big piece?"
I guess that's never would have happened.
So no.
Are you trying to? All right, let's see. Oh man.
That was so good. That kind of
A little bit of crunchy. Mm,
I'm telling you now, this is my first time trying this.
mm,
I've never had any of her other. I never had her other make like baking and stuff.
mm-hmm.
Never these new bars.
It's a hell of a place to have it first.
Oh, that's really, really good. Summer, you make great chocolate bars.
So how do you get
you'll
it?
probably never see this
Yeah.
or hear this because we are just two dudes in the basement eating chocolate, drinking scotch, and smoking cigars.
For how good
That's
this is.
your niche.
I'll make some clips.
But they're fantastic. That's all it is.
You order this, or did she got a storefront?
She has a storefront. She has online,
Mhm.
which is much easier for everyone else out there. We'll ship to your door.
Nice. And it's chocolate, right? Like it's not like it's going. It's always going bad.
Unless you're shipping it to, I don't know, Jamaica,
Mhm.
it's going to sit in a truck that's boiling hot.
I hear that too, actually, when you're bringing things back on planes, that it goes below like a certain temperature in the holding, and
Well, yeah,
that'll
because
ruin things sometimes.
It's not insulated.
Yeah.
When you're that high in the air, it is very cold.
Oh, well, yeah.
It is like it could be, yeah, sure. It's 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Florida. Well, heck, if it's that hot in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100 degrees. It's boiling hot. You're 30,000 feet in the air. It's below zero. You're freezing. Because
Closer to the sun, except it's colder. Science.
that.
Jazz hands. This scotch is unbelievable.
Yes. I'm happy with my purchase. And it'll keep.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to buy like a fancy decanter, I guess you would say.
Yeah, yeah.
But we just haven't gotten that point. You know how like
I think with the amount of things you have, you'd fucking forget.
that's true.
You'd have to get a chalkboard on the front of it.
Like my gas pump shot giver.
What?
Yeah.
Do you crank it?
No. It's just got it uses gravity. It's gravity fed.
Oh yeah.
So no water. And the little gas pump, the little trigger on the gas handle, and it'll dispense a shot.
Jeez.
Whatever is in the glass. I put
Remember when we
Honey
ate that
Jack.
chocolate?
put honey jack in.
Honey Jack's delicious.
My old favorite go-to was Jim Beam Red Stag. And you throw it in the freezer.
Oh yeah.
Tastes like black cherry.
Ooh.
A black cherry cold shot. Amazing.
Yeah.
You can take a fireball and stick it. This is delicious.
Shove it.
It's actually delicious. It tastes like candy.
Yeah, because Fireball makes you wrestle grown men in a basement.
But yes, it does.
Jesus Christ.
You know, it wasn't. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Trying to save face for him. No, it was.
No.
Oh, they were clothed. They were fully clothed.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was thinking about ordering an expedited ship gallon of fucking lube to like pour down that basement. Just bristle it. We're all gonna exchange cash as he's gonna
Jello.
Jello.
Bring the Jello. You're gonna be mad that we said that. Just don't say who it is. Ta-da. That was a good night.
Both were great nights.
Then we all got COVID.
Yeah, then everyone got COVID. I got it. Actually, I didn't get it from there. I got it from my mom.
Oh.
Because I was fine. And then it was like a week after. She gave it to me.
Fuck.
Because when everyone tested, I tested too. I was negative for.
Mm.
I was past the incubation time. If I was going to get sick from that event, would have been sick.
Man, when I tested, I looked down that faint fucking line. Jonathan looked at me and was like, okay, bye. Like, get out of my house.
Get out of my house. I remember it, and it wasn't that bad. We had Omicron, which was the lesser of the serious COVIDs. I had a cough, and it lingered for a little bit longer. I feel horrible for people who have gone through it way worse.
I had a weak hangover because I drank the whole time. I was upset.
Yeah.
It was good. Bourbon. Right? Put that on fucking CNN. Drink Maker's Mark the whole time you have it. Mint.
We had cigars. We had cigars on the deck. That was a great time. Even though we never got to experience the hill.
Yeah, when they closed the hill.
Because there's no snow. It's just a bad time of the year. They're open now. But when we went, it was COVID.
Yeah.
So like, I think they were just starting to become allowed to have people on the hill. And then we lost the snow. And then the snow the next day.
I don't mean to downplay COVID, by the way.
No,
that's not what I was doing at all.
I have friends that are severely affected.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah.
I know one that has cognitive issues.
Really?
Like for super forgetfulness. Tons of stuff.
So your brother?
Unfortunately, he's been back down pre-COVID.
Got him. All right, no more COVID talk.
Okay.
We're done with that.
So yeah, we had a great time. It was a great trip.
What are you doing with the boat this year? You ever take it somewhere?
So this year that just passed.
Did you do anything with it this year?
No, didn't have to.
Fuck.
I have to do some work this winter. I'll get to that. But
I'm so jealous that you have half your cigar.
I'm just not going to haul it on as quickly as you know. So this year I put it in at Dover again, and inflation. So it was an extra $800 more this year, which sucked. But I put it there. I did pot hop, did a couple trips out. Didn't get out as much as I wanted to, but
it's like golf.
Yeah. No, it's just no time.
Yeah.
Vacation picks up just been paid at work, so getting time off in the summer to properly go.
Yeah.
It was just hard. The days I had off, it was raining. The days I was working, it was beautiful. So it was just a little bit. So yeah, so it's now in storage, and the work I have to do on it now this season is the very back panel. I've replaced the frame of the cushioning because
aesthetic stuff. Yeah.
And I want to try to redo the windows for the top. That's about it.
Nice. Like just recock them, like
No, so the windows are for like the removable top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're old, they've yellowed. I'm trying to clean it out. Some of them are cracked now because handling them when it's super cold out, they'll crack
totally
like paper.
And hot cold.
Yeah.
Like they don't last forever.
They take a beat.
Yeah.
And it's they've been on it for a while. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's just cosmetic stuff. No mechanical related. Yeah, pretty much it. I'd love to own a bigger one, but I don't have the income to own a bigger one.
Not yet. Going like this, remember?
That's right.
Next one. Huh.
Wait for the bubble to burst so I can go get discount yachts.
Right. Yeah, this fucking Bitcoin thing or whatever just happened.
Sigmund SBF. He's got a weird name.
Yeah.
The CEO of FTX.
This weird guy in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
That got like 5 seconds of it.
The one that is going to destroy the markets is this man. He is 2023 Enron.
Really? Good for him.
So what caused, or it wasn't just Enron, but like what caused the major failure of the market, 2008, the recession of 08, was caused by an event. Well, the event for this one that's coming up is this guy.
For sure, eh? Yeah.
The amount of people that have lost billions personal people that have lost. Not personal people I know, but
No, yeah.
like an individual person has lost billions. It is going to cause a severe event.
Fuck. There's a part of me that's happy that the people with all that money are going to get burned. You know, what are you doing with all that, anyways?
The problem
Billions
is,
of
yes, they're
dollars.
getting burned, but now we're going to feel it after that because
Well, they want it back.
Well, not only that, when the market tanks, people lose their jobs. And
yeah,
people are going to lose more money too. So it affects. It's trickle down, and you know, as I say, shit rolls downhill.
Oh, yeah.
Get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, you ever listen to Simon Sinek? I think that's what his name is.
I have not.
He does a lot of talk about like leadership and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what he talks about is some of these companies to hit a quarterly number will give jobs away.
Yeah.
You know? And like what that does to a company. Right? When people know that they're expendable like that, they'll never work for you hard. Like they'll never get you'll never get what you're looking for out of them, right?
Yeah. Problem is like that everywhere, every large major company.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to get away from it, be your own boss.
Which is awesome, by the way.
Bully Stack Construction. This
Yeah.
is not a plug.
Yeah. This is not a shameless plug for Columbia Tools.
Oh, yeah.
You should buy Columbia Tools.
Maybe one day we'll get to a point of this podcast where we would have to start the podcast with today's episode is sponsored by.
Oh my god, I can't wait to do reads. Did you ever listen to Joey Diaz do his reads?
Oh,
He's just like, you motherfuckers, here we go. he's like, you need a fucking ship station. Yeah.
I
think
they take you up to stairs.
Right.
Oh man. Yeah, you know, it's gonna happen.
I don't know. We'll see, man. I just like what's going on now. I've reached out to a couple of big, what I would consider to be big names, and I didn't get a fuck off at all. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Some of the big carpenters and some of the big tapers.
It's pretty cool.
I just want to blanket it, right? Just like this is a place that's fun, right? There's gonna definitely be ones like this.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then there's gonna be ones that we talk about stuff. The guy that invented the three-way for taping, he's gonna be on. And that, that'll be a little more industry-ish.
Yeah.
But I don't, there is the Drywall podcast, and he does a phenomenal job. Shout out to the Drywall podcast. That's got its place, right? And I think this has its place.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't have to be.
No,
right?
exactly.
This is the Joe Rogan of the fucking construction world, where sometimes we get kicked in.
I'd go for more Bears One Cave style.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what this is, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you're just shooting shit.
No offense to Joe Rogan or anything like that, but I just think that this is.
There's a lot of fucking eyes on him now, right?
Yeah,
I don't think he's changed it.
This is just that point where you just sit there and you're laughing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as they do at their own jokes.
Right. Yeah, Two Bears, man. When that comes out every Monday, I'm like disappointed when I'm up earlier than.
Oh yeah.
Then it's released. I got to listen to it on the way home.
No, exactly. No. So actually, that's what I was going to say about. So a friend of mine, I was telling you earlier.
Yeah.
He does YouTube, right?
Right.
So like with this becoming, he's at that point now where I think eventually I started to do those reads.
Mm-hmm.
And he started getting really big most recently because he plays video games. He does like tutorial videos and stuff on these games sometimes. And in the past 2 months, he has grown from like, I don't know, 10, 11,000 subscribers to over 50. Like a huge explosion.
15,000 subscribers.
So he changed it up. That's basically what happened. He had like just a steady no growth.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, hey, play something else. Just try to mix it up more.
Yeah.
And he didn't do this because I said it, but I'm just saying I recommended it.
Yeah, you're like, I'm taking full credit.
Yeah, no. I'm not taking any credit. So he started playing this Marvel Snap game.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to average 20 to 40 people when he streamed his old stuff.
Yeah.
And he started streaming this stuff, and he's getting 200-300 viewers watching on Twitch.
Yeah.
So by changing it up, he got a different community, and that community is just more attentive.
Yeah.
And the game's pretty cool. I tried it. I'm not great at it. Not like but it's a card game with Marvel characters.
I've seen it for sure.
Oh, okay,
yeah, for sure. Actually, the new Midnight Suns game is like that.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a card-based game, but it's like do you know the Midnight Suns?
Yeah, it's the DC.
No, it's like the dark side of Marvel.
Oh, sorry, yes. Yeah.
So it's like Ghost Rider and
Wolverine.
Blade and Wolverine and the wizards and all that shit. It's gonna be cool. I don't know. Bought Brawley a PS5 for Christmas. I was like, wouldn't that be cool if we had that? I can't buy him anything. He doesn't want anything.
Yeah.
Right? Straight A student. You're like, well, what can I do for you? He's like, nothing.
Better calculator?
No, not even. He's just so content with nothing.
Yeah.
It's I don't know where he gets it. Yeah.
Same the guy that bought that bought Brawley a PS4 when really he bought Sean a PS4.
That's right.
PS5.
PS5. Yeah. I had to get him the new headset.
It's a house gift. It's a gift for the house.
Yeah, right. Nobody's getting me anything.
I gave some scotch. There you go. Merry Christmas.
Right. It is a fucking Merry Christmas. That chocolate bar, I'm telling you.
I know. So
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't have something like that in my house.
Because we'd be
I would just smash it. Yeah. I couldn't have a bottle of that scotch in my house either, I'll be honest with you.
If you want to try,
I'll split one of them Oreos with you. What are they? They look dipped.
You can't split it. Just
all right, I'm in.
Snack on it.
Look at this. The salt on it.
Yes. It's a weird palate taste, but I already have it. I didn't try the top.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm such a big fan of when that salt kind of rolls in, Oh yeah.
What I feel salty and sweet is, to me, is the same as doing like sweet with heat, like chicken wings.
Yeah.
You get the heat, and you get the sweet. You get they're both fighting each other. So when you get something like salty and sweet, like candy bacon. People love candy bacon.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, delicious.
Yeah, I really branched out with the heat in the last couple of years.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I like it.
What I found, what it started for me was used to go to a bar after every like a training night or something like that, and we go for drinks and wings after, right? And it was there where I started trying New York Buffalo or New York butter, New York butter sauce. I'm like, wow, you know what? I used to always get honey garlic, so it was a wimp, I guess. I don't know. And I tried.
I'm a wimp.
Yeah. And I tried it.
That's good.
And I tried the buffalo. I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So like, I'm content. I don't need to burn my face off.
I don't
need flavor. Give me some flavor.
That's my thing.
With the heat, fantastic. So now I'll usually get buffalo, or I'll get like sweet with heat, which is like best of both worlds.
So I get into these ghost pepper sauces.
Oof, I don't know about that.
But my favorite kind of heat is with a whole ton of flavor. It is like real hot, and then almost immediately it settles down, right? So you like, I will happily sit and eat a plate of wings and like be sweaty.
Yeah.
And I enjoy that. The ones that are like, I had Da Bomb from Hot Ones. I was dating a girl at the time, and her sister got it as a gag gift, and she was like, I want you to try. Did I tell you this story?
I think you touched base on it, but I don't think you told me about when you actually tried it.
Oh yeah, it was bad. So I put it on like a fucking roasted potato, like a little bit to try it, and I'm like, yeah, it sucks. And she was like super upset, and I'm like, what? And she's like, I wanted like a snotty nose, like uncomfortable. So I like covered, like, you know what I mean, like chocolate covered.
I'll give you what you want.
Oh yeah, I ate a whole box of ice cream sandwiches. Yeah,
still burning.
It was bad. Oh, it was so bad. It's like miserably hot, and it doesn't taste good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I was like,
because like I'm pretty sure one dab actually tastes
The
good,
hot one sauces are delicious,
Yeah.
apparently.
but then Bob just looks like it's pain.
I just about got that from my dad last year. Like 100 and something for them all, which is fine, but we wouldn't use 3 of them. No way.
No.
So it felt wasteful. So I get him these things that are like this big. There's like 15.
Yeah.
And then we usually sit down, have like a wing night. We'll try them all, we'll rate them, and drink Manhattans. Yeah. Yeah.
Manhattan, do you prefer, or old fashioned? Do you prefer?
A Manhattan, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what? This is going to air after Christmas. You want to hear what I got Dad for Christmas?
What's that?
So I went on this fucking website. I wanted to get him real nice cherries, right? For the Manhattans. He does the smoker now.
Okay,
So
yeah.
you burn it and it kind of goes through.
I want to get one of those. I want to try it.
So good. It's so good. So I got him a triple pack of like real nice different woods.
Yeah.
And then a $30 jar of cherries. They're fucking imported cherries with a ladle, a cherry ladle.
That is amazing.
And same thing, a bitters that comes in a thing like this.
Yeah.
Like a dropper, and same thing. It's like it's up there too, but it's gonna be good, man. Yeah, because he's another one where every year, like fucking clockwork, I buy him
cherries
golf
are
balls.
scotch and cigars. Scotch and chocolate.
Yeah.
So that one thing that you buy very rarely, it's cherries.
So good. Yeah.
I need it. That's pretty neat. Yeah, that I've always wanted to try that smoker thing. I've seen them advertised all the time. Like, man,
I didn't get that.
really cool.
Could you try again?
There we go. Siri wants to be on the podcast. I said no.
Siri, go away.
Yeah. Get out of here. Your shitty directions giving.
So yeah, I've seen them advertised, and I really think it'd be cool to check out. Imagine having that with brisket. Just smoke everything.
Yep.
We're smoking our whiskey, we're smoking our meat. You know, start smoking some chocolate.
I want to get this right. One of my favorite accounts that I follow, and she just smokes everything.
Yeah.
And she did a brie with you know those biscuits, like the Pillsbury biscuits, and you cut them up and you roll them into balls, and then you kind of put it around it and then you smoke it. Oh, bro. I feel bad. Where the fuck is it? My messages are so full now that I'm doing the podcast thing. There's just
So
like
popular.
a gajillion Steph Foster barbecue feasts on Instagram. You gotta check that out. It's makes me want to smoke her so bad. She's like
I
this.
want another one.
What's it? Yeah,
Two.
I think she's got 3, bro. Yeah.
See these guys that are like on the YouTube and that, and they've got like 3, 4 smokers. I'm like, oh, I love that.
What would you do with all that? You're like, I know exactly what I would do with all that. Yep.
I want is a smoke runner trailer
Yeah.
and an offset smoke runner trailer. Old school style smoking. You know, firebox.
Yeah.
Fill it with wood. You keep the flavor of wood you want on hand in the wood pile, and you smoke whatever you're smoking, but do it that way.
But large scale.
Yeah, instead of having like they don't even have to be large scale. Like they exist in much smaller scale, but all the smoking you get nowadays are pellet fed, right?
Yeah.
It automatically does everything for you. No, I want something like that. And then with that size, I can do massive amounts of food. I did that catering event.
Yeah.
I smoked 15 briskets in one sitting. I was up for 26 hours. 16 briskets, 6 pork butts. I smoked in one night.
Sounds like me in my 20s talking about. Right.
It was a lot. It was a lot of food. And
it's so good.
It worked.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
So on a big thing like that with an actual fire, how do you regulate the heat with like a venting?
Venting mainly. So you need okay. When you're smoking something, you know how it's going to turn out by the smoke coming out of the stack
Okay.
and an offset. If it is white puffy smoke, like lots and lots and lots of smoke, it's not going to taste good.
Mm.
The smoke you want and the smoke that gives you the good smoke ring is the smoke you can't see.
Okay.
When you're burning, you'll see just the quiver of the heat radiation. So you can tell it's operating. See a little faint amount of smoke. That's what you want. That is perfect smoke.
It's heat.
It's heat.
Yeah.
It's not this like dense smoke and makes it taste off.
Right.
You want like a clean burning smoke. Obviously, you don't want black smoke.
Throw some fucking shingles in there and
A couple tires.
whatever we
That's
got.
what you want. That gives you a smoke ring, a great taste when you're doing something like that. So, yeah, you just regulate by vents, and obviously the amount of wood you put in.
Totally. Yeah,
But-
yeah, you get good at it
But
for
you
sure.
have to be attentive to it.
Yeah.
Not just go take off and do some errands while it's
Yeah. It's not a slow
You're
cooker. It's a
babysitting.
fucking yeah.
That's right.
Which I think a lot of people think it is, right? You put this thing in there and boom, and but Traeger has things like that. Or you control it from your phone or whatever. But
Exactly. I can do that.
yeah,
I can do it right now if I want. Well, it has to be on, but
yeah,
while I was cooking something, I can turn it down, I can turn it up, set a timer, I can turn it off. Do everything.
yeah. That I'm sure that once you get into it, seems like cheating a little bit.
I feel like it does.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as long as you make good food with
Oh,
it,
totally.
who the
Yeah.
hell cares?
No, it's like connoisseur stuff, right? It's
Yeah.
like
The best
like how we
thing
tape
is-
with the tools, man. It's so there's
Yeah.
no fucking reason for that.
Yeah.
To make everything crisp lines and perfect and whatever. That's for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
It's for everyone.
Well, in the end, it's basically okay. I did this, smoked this. I did it to see people's reaction.
Yes.
Like
That's
a lot
why I
of, like
cook.
a lot of times there'll be people like, oh, I've never had brisket before. I've had it before. I'm like, it's okay, and then they try it. And they're like, holy, this is what it's supposed to taste like.
You're like, oh, that's why the other stuff was bad.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't like brisket.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's that's the kind that you kind of response you want. That's why you do it.
Hmm.
Like I did it for Craig's birthday.
Yeah.
I did 2 briskets. And there's people there from, where he's like on Cap and different areas. And they're like, oh, I've had brisket before. And then they ate it and they're like, oh, that's brisket. That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's what's supposed to be. Oh, okay. I like brisket now. I love brisket now.
Yeah. Swanson's Dinners does a bad job at brisket.
Yeah.
It's like this brownie sure tastes like meat.
Yeah. So that's like I said, who cares if it's easier unless you get a good product at the end?
Totally.
Who the hell cares?
I'm a firm believer in that across the board, man.
Yeah.
If you're getting what you want out of something, doesn't matter what it costs, how long it takes.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting what you're looking for.
Exactly. As long as you
Yeah.
have like I am pleased with this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good time to take a break.
Yes.
I am pleased with this.
Stop recording.